That's right, guys. Broke out the pinstripes, so that can only mean one thing. We're talking Tar Heel baseball. What's going on, Tar Heel fans? Alan here, one half of the Hill Brothers, here to talk some Tar Heel baseball before the season gets kicked off. Man, it looks like it's going to be a great season at the Bosch. Coach Forbes has the Tar Heels ranked preseason with D1 baseball sixth in the country. That's an excellent preseason rating. We're going to do a little talking about the roster. It all gets kicked off the February 14th at the Bosch against Texas Tech. Coach Forbes has his team poised to make another run at the College World Series, wrapping up the 2024 season at 48-16, winning 22 conference games, only 8 losses. Unfortunately, didn't really go the way the Tar Heels wanted. In Omaha, they went 1-2, picking up a win against Virginia, and then losing 2 straight to Tennessee and Florida State. Two teams that were on an absolute tear. Finish that season up. Of course, you lose some major contributors at the end of that season. Most notably, of course, it's Vance Honeycutt. You lose Casey Cook. You lose D'Onofrio. You lose Parks Harbor, Alberto Azuna, among others. But you retain a lot of your talent. You get a lot of talent out of the transfer portal. And then you never know what you're going to get out of the freshman class that comes in. I just got some names highlighted that are on the 2025 roster. To keep your eye out for. Top of that list is obviously going to be Alex Madera. Gavin Gallagher hit that grand slam. And you also had Jackson Vanderbrake. The NCAA granted him 1 more year of eligibility. Then you got one of the stud transfers that Coach Forbes was able to bring in, Tyson Bass. Really going to, hopefully, with the speed and the power combination that he has, maybe try to fill some of the void that you're going to be missing with Vance Honeycutt. In the pen, of course, you got Cam Pageant, Matty Mateus, Kyle Percival. You hope, local guy. He pitched down here at Andrew Jackson High School, 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes from where we stay. You hope he makes a jump this year. You get a preseason All-American vote getter and Jason DeCaro, Folger Boaz. He's coming back from, his injury. He looked real good before he was injured in that South Carolina game. You get Jake Knapp returning from his injury. And then who can forget about Luke Stevenson, another preseason All-American, the number 1 catcher and draft prospect in the 2025 draft. And then you also have Aiden Houck and Olin Johnson. There's no Dalton Pence. There's no Shea Sprague. You lost Sprague to the draft. Pence ran out of eligibility. Connor Bovair is out of eligibility. And Dalton Pence, he was the workhorse there towards the end. Absolute animal in the bullpen. Who's going to be the guy that Coach Forbes looks to for those critical shutdown innings? The guy that just is going to get out there on the bump and just come up there with the mentality like, I'm going to throw these balls by you. You're not going to get a hit. You're not going to get a walk. I'm going to pound the strike zone, and my stuff's just better than your stuff, and I'm just going to beat you. And well, I'm anxious to see who that's going to be, because Dalton Pence was that guy for UNC last year, and I'm really anxious to see who takes that leadership role in the bullpen for the UNC Tar Heels this year. Then you got Luke Stevenson. We'll talk a little bit about Luke Stevenson coming in for his sophomore campaign. Outstanding power, outstanding defense behind the plate, can be an absolute game changer behind the plate with his ability to keep runners from stealing the bases. Yeah, with another year under his belt, you really hope he takes a step forward in that batter's box and can be a real contributor for the Tar Heels. Another guy, Gavin Gallagher, absolutely fantastic his freshman season. You look for that guy to make another big leap forward. Hitting wise, I don't know how much more you can expect from him. On defensive wise, I mean, Tommy Tanks is probably still is probably still having nightmares from Gavin over there on third base. And I mean, how great is it that Jackson Vanderbrake is granted an extra year of eligibility? We saw him come in against LSU and deliver a huge pinch hit that eventually, pushed North Carolina over the top. So I'm really looking forward to see Vandy one last time. I'm sure he's going to be a major contributor. Then you get Hunter Stokely. He's back from injury. He'll probably probably locked up the first base role, maybe third. Who knows? And he Hunter Stokely, he has the ability to hit the long ball. UNC was able to hit well over 100 home runs last season. We'll see if they can get close to that number. Casey Cook, he was pretty much I'm gonna get a hit no matter what guy. He was able to. I think he hit 18 home runs last season. And also on top of his power, he also had the ability to just get you a double, get you a single. One of the guys that he was almost guaranteed that he was going to get on base. Who's going to take that role for North Carolina? Who's going to be the guy that is pretty much a base hit every time he walks to the plate? That the pitcher, if there's a man on first and second, that the pitcher really has to watch what he's doing, or that could be a run or possibly three. Um, you really need that. You really need that. 5-tool player from the defensive side and from the offensive side. Tyson Bass, all I've heard is great things. I heard he has a cannon, an outfielder. So of course, that cannon of an arm is going to come into play. I've also heard that he has the ability to hit the ball a really long way, and he has a lot of speed to cover that territory out in the outfield wherever they decide to play him. Um, I don't. From what I've heard, I think I heard an interview with Coach Forbes not too long ago. He's fast. He's not Van Honeycutt fast, but he's really fast. Um, so yeah, looking forward to seeing that guy. And I'm just looking forward to seeing the Tar Heels in general. It's you coming off a fantastic season, a trip to Omaha. Yes, it didn't end the way it wanted to, but it didn't end the way it wanted to for any team except for one, and that's the team that was crowned national champions. But this preseason rankings number six. That carry preseason ranked number six. So the first game of the season, I expect to see a six by the Tar Heels when they take on Texas Tech that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I hope I can convince my wife on that weekend to at least attend one of those games. We'll see. But man, it's just going to be a really great season. I can't wait. I know my brother. We've been talking about it. He wasn't able to make it, but he's really excited for baseball season, which is saying a lot because he's really not a baseball fan. He's not a fan of baseball usually in general, but um, I think I've gotten him on the UNC baseball train. So I'm pretty sure he's looking forward to the season as well. But yeah, man, that's pretty much going to do it for this short little segment on baseball. We're going to have a ton more coming on baseball once the season gets kicked off. So keep it locked in to the Hill Brothers for all your baseball, basketball, and of course your football. Um, we'll bring you all the information we can as soon as we get it. And as always, it's Go Hills.